would like to introduce myself. So, my name is Sheikh Kumar Ahmed. I'm a dedicated cybersecurity analyst as well as trainer with 8 years of experience in this field. So, throughout my career, I have gained extensive and expertise in like SOC operations, threat detection, incident response, and as well as I have experience in the cloud security solutions such as Microsoft Sentinel, Defender for Cloud, Azure Bastion, so many. So and as a trainer, I have successfully conducted comprehensive workshops and training sessions, acquiring the professionals with the knowledge and the skills required in excelling the cybersecurity roles. So basically, my focus is delivering the practical insights into the SOC operations, SIM tools, and as well as network security, ensuring that my trainees are prepared to tackle in the real world with the security solutions. So I would like to start the your guys introduction. Please go ahead so that I can go in that pace. How much knowledge you know about the cyber security? What inspire you to take this course? What are your ambitions are there? So please go ahead and give a quick introduction of yourself. Then we will go into the security parts. Anyone, Abhishek, please start with yourself, no brother.
Yeah, hi. So right now, like among the among all the what do you say competence among the competence in all the technologies right now, the security is right now reaching the top because everything is getting saturated. So
Mhm.
that's why you have to choose this one.
Alright. So, do you have any basic knowledge like what is cybersecurity, all of that?
No, not that much.
So, you need to start from the scratch, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So basically, our training is from the scratch only. So it's from zero to advanced level, we will be discussing. There will be multiple roles. We will be covering like L1, mostly the L1, which is associate level, and we also cover the intermediate with L2, and L3 is the expert, and some of the concepts of the L3 also we will covering up. So Dennis, please go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Dennis Deteko.
Mhm.
I I have worked in a cybersecurity environment before. I worked for a company for 1 year for contract
Mhm.
as a GLC analyst.
Okay, perfect.
I worked on audits
Mm.
from 9/12 to um, uh, various audits. I just don't remember. So I've been out of work for about a year now.
Mhm.
Because I noticed the GLC environment is more intense compared to the technical aspects. So I want to gain more knowledge in the technical aspect and then start finding jobs in the SOC environment. That is why I want to take this class again.
Oh, perfect, perfect. So
Yeah,
as our course is not like a, knowledge gaining course, it's basically like a internship. So whenever you
okay,
work, yeah, whenever you work as a SOC analyst, all those operations will be here. So
okay,
mostly 80 to 90% will be the practical. We will be installing the various SIM tools, various security tools, how that can be implemented, how the threat will be there, and how do we identify, how do we mitigate that. All those things we will be learning in these sessions. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, Abdullah, please go ahead from your side as well. Just a quick introduction should be fine, then we will start with the session.
Hi, I am Abdullah Patel. I completed my bachelor's in computer and proceeded with master's in cybersecurity in Australia.
Mhm,
Uh, I have done some of tutorials on try hack me and hack the box,
mhm.
but not into the cybersecurity. In bachelor's, like a theoretical concept were taught, but not practical. So to gain practical experience, I'm doing this course.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, sir.
So there will be some of the theoretical parts as well, because the introduction parts, all those will be theoretical, and mostly we will be covering with the practical how the attacks work. We will try to perform certain attacks and investigate on that. So let's go and start with the practical. I would like to share my screen. I hope you guys can see my screen. So,
Yes.
so let's talk about first what is cyber security. Okay. So basically, the cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting your system, network, and data from cyber threats. So these threats can be hacking, malware, ransomware, or any other malicious attack. So it involves implementing the security measures to ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and the availability of your informations. So these will have certain key concepts, key aspects we can say. So the first part will be the network. Okay, so we have the network from where the attack will begin. So we protect that assets with the help of network security. So basically, the network security protects your network infrastructure from any unauthorized access or any misuse or any attacks. Then you have application security. So this will focus on keeping your softwares or any applications, ensuring and by finding and fixing the vulnerabilities. So vulnerabilities are basically the loopholes we can say, or any weaknesses are there. With the help of that, the attacker can exploit it and use it to gain the advantage, use it to gain the inside knowledge about that. Then you have the endpoint security. So endpoints are nothing but whatever the devices that are connected to your network. Now, what devices it might be connected? So it can be laptop, it can be mobile phone, it can be tablet, CCTV camera, printer, fax. Okay, there are multiple things, multiple devices can be connected to your network. Now, to protect that network endpoints, we have the endpoint security tool. So these tools will ensure the devices like we have computer, laptops, tablets, and protect them from your cyber threats. Next, you have the cloud security. Now the government, organizations are adapting to the cloud environment. Now to protect that, we have the cloud security as well. So basically, it will protect your data, application, or any services you are using. So most of the company uses the software as a service, SaaS. So to protect that, we have the cloud security environment. So here we will be protecting that. And then you have identity and access management, AMI. So basically, this will ensure that only authorized users have access to specific system or specific data which is assigned to that users. Then data security. So data security, basically it will help you to protect from the data theft, okay, or any loss or any corruptions is there, no? So from that, so we have like DPL tools, okay, multiple tools are there to protect that. Then you have disaster recovery, okay, so this will ensure the securities or organizations can recover quickly from any cyber attack. Let's say there is a ransomware attack happen on a particular file, and you need to pay some ransom amount to get the file back, to get the decrypted file. So instead of doing that, they can use this method, disaster recovery. Even though if the attacker destroy that file, if they have the backup available and they can utilize that from that. So some of the cyber threat, let's talk about what are the common threats you will see as a SOC analyst. First, you have the phishing. Okay, You will be finding this kind of attack a lot whenever you work as a SOC analyst. So this will be phishing will be like a fake email they will send you pretending to be from the authorized users. There will be some link available. If you click on that link, all the information you provide, it will be forwarded to the attacker. So basically that's what we call phishing attack. Now malware also one of the common attack you will be seeing. So there will be a malicious software designed to harm or exploit your systems. Let's say you receive one email, okay, the phishing attack came, and under that email there was a link. It says like this is from the official Microsoft, you need to update the application or new app is available, please download from following link. So you click on that link, it lead to somewhere else and redirected to the particular website. Through that website you have already downloaded that application. Now you don't know that application contains certain malware, but you install that and that lead to the malicious code being executed and your system will be getting compromised. Okay, so ransomware, this is also one of the common attack you will be usually finding. So this type of malware that encrypts the data and they will be demanding some payment for to release it. So this is basically what we call ransomware. And last you have distributed denial of service. Okay, this is also one of the most common attack you will be seeing whenever you work as a security guy. So basically, DDoS attack is nothing but it's overloading a system or network to disrupt its service. So that will lead to shut down that particular machine or network. Let's say you have an attack on a website. You're protecting the asset for e-commerce website or any website, and the DDoS attack is happen on that particular web server. So whenever a genuine user try to access that website, it will be temporarily not available because there will be a lot of machines will be there, the attacker who's controlling those machines, and that one from one machine there will be like thousands of requests will be sent to that particular website, and there are like multiple machines, all those multiple machines will be sending thousands of requests that lead to whenever any genuine user try to access, there are already plenty of requests available, and it makes that service unavailable to the genuine user. So basically that's what we call DDoS attack. So we got the concept about cyber security. Now under that you will be having multiple teams like ethical hacking, VAPT, SOC Analyst, incident response, GRC. There are lots of team will be there. So one of the team we have for this SOC. Okay, so this is where we're going to work. So what is SOC? Let's talk about that. So basically, SOC is nothing but it's a centralized team, we can say, or faculty, we can say, responsible for monitoring, detecting, analyzing, and responding to any cyber security incident happens to our organization in real time. So this team will operate 24 by 7 to ensure the continuous protection of our organization like digital assets, including networks, server, endpoint, applications, and data. So what are the key functions are there for this SOC operation? So continuous monitoring is one of the key function you have. So SOC team will use tools like SIM, okay, security information and event management solutions to monitor the network traffic, applications, and data, log data for the various suspicious activity. Basically, it will give you the information, whatever the activity is going on, these various log sources, and if something goes wrong we will be getting the detection. So threat detection will be there, so you will be basically identifying the potential threats such as malware, phishing attack, or any insider attacks are there using the advanced security tools and threat intelligence. So who's responsible for that attack, which device is being compromised, what kind of attack is there, all those information will be available under that particular SIM tool. Then you have vulnerability assessment, okay, vulnerability management. So with the help of this you will be identifying any or addressing any security weaknesses you have across your system or network, So it will help you to strengthen your machines, strengthen your network if there is any weaknesses are available. Threat hunting also you can do with the help of symptom. So proactively you search for any threats, and it may bypass any traditional security controls. So you will be doing by manually searching for the attacks and finding out if there is any weaknesses are there and that lead to happen certain attack. You can able to find out with the help of that. So basically, this is what the SOC team works. Now, let's talk about what is SIM tool. Okay, we discussed about what is SIM. So we have heard about this term. So what is the SIM tool? SIM tool is one of the main tool. Okay, so security operation and event management. This is like a centralized solution that helps your organization to detect, analyze, and respond to any cyber threat. So it combines the security information management and security event management. So it provides you the centralized monitoring and analysis of your data, security data. So it also have some key functions like how does it work, how this same tool works. So let's talk about the key technologies or key functions of this. First, you have data collection. So what is log data collection or data collection? So same tools will collect the logs and events data from various resources, various sources. What it can be the resources? So we have network application, we have endpoints. There are multiple resources are there. For to protect that, we have multiple tools as well. For example, for network, we have firewall, we have wild shark, we have uh, what we can say NDR, okay, network detection and response. Then you have for the application Memecast, Proofpoint, DPL. For the endpoints you have EDR tools. So there are multiple tools are there, security tools. Now, so those tools will generate some logs. Logs are but nothing but whatever the activity the employer or whatever the activity is performed on a particular device. For that, one log is generated. So let's say I have logged into my device. So for that information, it will be saved under the event viewer. So basically that's what we call log or event. So let's go to the event viewer. Let me show you. So we have the Windows logs here. So Windows logs have different categories like application security setup, all these different types of log sources you have. So if you go to the security, here you will find all the information. When I have logged in, if I am trying to give a password and it was wrong password, for that also one log will be generated. Each of the log will have their unique event IDs. With the help of that, you will be able to identify. So basically, whatever the activity I'm performing on this device, it will be recorded down, and that's what we call log or events. Now, these events or logs will be collected by our SIM tool from the various resources like firewall, server, endpoints, application, and network devices. Now, after collecting that, so correlations will be there. Data correlations we call it as. So this SIM tool perform the correlates the data from multiple sources to identify the patterns or anomalies that may indicate as a cyber security threats, and with the help of that you will get the alerts. They will notify you. So the threat detections will be there. Okay. So let's talk about first aggregation. What is aggregation? So aggregation is nothing but it's involving collecting the data from multiple sources into the central repository. Repository means like simple we have. From there you will be collecting all the log sources, and it makes easier to do the management and analysis. For the network you have the firewall. So basically the firewall will collect the information of your network activity. It will allow block the users. All those things will be done on the network only. Then you have the EDR. So basically this application will look for the whatever the endpoint solutions are there, whatever the malwares are there. If any user has installed any application, that can be monitored under the EDR. DPL is there. DPL basically look for any data leakage. Okay, all those informations will be available. You can find out what kind of traffic is going out, what kind of traffic is coming in. So inbound, outbound traffic you can manage. If there is any huge files has been uploaded to a XYZ domains or a malicious domain, you can have a record of that. So you have the application also, applications tools like security tools, memcached, proofpoint. Okay, this basically look for the any phishing attack, any suspicious activity happening on your application. So for all those things there are multiple tools out there. So if you want to look for any network activity, you need to go to the firewall. So for, if you want to look for any activity under the EDR, again you need to go to the EDR. Same goes for XYZ security rules. So for that, to have a centralized monitoring, we have the same tool. So this single solution will help you to monitor multiple log sources into the single solution. That's what we call uh, aggregation. So aggregation involve multiple log sources into the centralized repository for easier management and analysis. Then you have normalization. So basically, whenever any log is generated, that log will have like a raw format where you won't find the much information available. What kind of activity basically going on, what kind of source IP is used, what kind of destination IP is used. Source IP is nothing but from where it is generating, who is responsible for initiating the conversation, initiating the traffic, and destination IP is nothing but where it is delivering, okay, where it is ending. So those information you won't be able to find. So normalization will help this process to convert of different log formats into the different from the different resources into a common structure for easier analysis. So with the help of this, you can easily analyze in a common sense. If you want to understand what is normalization, basically it will help you to easily check what kind of activity is going on. So let's say you receive one log, and that log is for the login failure, and all the information will be written like this logs belongs to the login failure. So for example, let me show you. Let's open one of the symptom. So this is my IBM Curator. This is one of the symptom we will be practicing on. So let's go to log activity where you will find whatever the information is coming. So now, as you can see under the display, it says as normalize. Under the normalize, you can find out what are the information is coming, like what is the event name, what kind of activity is there. This is something information messages are there. There is something with log source from where basically it is generating. Okay, this is because of system notifications. Okay, and what was the event count, the repetition of this log, whether it is happening multiple time or a single time, and then what time it was generated, what category it belongs to, what is the source IP from where it is initiating, where it is ending, and if there is any login details informations are available, here it will show. So this is basically what we call normalize. But if I convert this into the raw format, as you can see, the logs basically will be generated in this format. With the help of sim tool, basically you're converting that logs into the normalized format. Now, do you find that information available here? What was the event name? What kind of category it belongs to? What was the source IP? What was the destination IP? These informations are not available. As a SOC analyst, it's very hard for us to analyze these logs. So basically, you will be receiving multiple logs at a time. So to have a track of that, it will be very hard. So this normalization will makes the SOC analyst easy to monitor, to investigate, and find out what actually the activity is going on. Okay, that's what we call normalization. I hope it's clear. Now, let's go to the retention. What is retention? Okay, retention refers to the practice of securely storing your log data for a specific period of time. As Dennis is working for the compliance, he might have the idea what are the requirements are there. So or we can use this for forensic investigations also. So compliance or regulatory will give you like uh, PCI or DSS or ISO 27001. So they may require logs to store for at least 1 to 7 years. Okay, so these will be retentions logs are very crucial for our security investigation for any past incident if it is happened. So it will help you to analyze from the previous logs. Then you have analysis and workflow. So the analysis is nothing but just now which we just checked. So it's involved in examining the log, collected logs and normalized logs to identify the potential threat and whatever the unusual behaviors are there. So it can be used by the multiple methods can be used here. So rule-based methods will be there, anomalies detection methods will be there, threat intelligence method will be there. For example, if you are detecting any spike in the outbound traffic after working for a couple of hours, and this could signal like data exfiltrations. Okay, there are lots of data is being transferred from one device to another device. So exfiltration might be indications for that. Exfiltration is nothing but uploading your PII or BII, like personal identifiable informational, business identifiable informational, to be uploaded to an XYZ domain or suspicious domain. Okay, our critical asset being leaked by the XYZ, what we can say, attacker. Now we have the workflow. So workflow defines as a structured process, we can say, for the SOC team to follow up any response or security alerts that might indicate or any incident is happening. It will efficiently give you the information like alert generation when it generated, triage, investigations, response, and what kind of mitigations you need to provide. All those things you will be able to do under the workflow. For example, if you go here under the dashboard, you can find this information, all the information like there is some login failure attempts. Okay, all those informations are there. What are the top IPs which is used for these offenses? What are the top categories of offenses are there? These are the suspicious activity basically. So you can see threat and security monitoring. This kind of dashboard I have selected. So you can select any according to your need, and it will give you the workflow of these offenses. Basically, this is that only. So let's continue with the next one. So these are the most commonly used SIM tools for the organization, IBM QRadar. So nowadays, mostly used is Splunk. Splunk is being used like 70 to 80% of companies will prefer Splunk as a SIM tool to work on. You have IBM QRadar, you have ArcSight. Okay, these are the some of the examples the company might use for their organization. So whenever you are applying, they will give you the description about which SIM tool they are using. Basically, each SIM tool will be the same, but the interface is different. For example, this is this IBM QRadar. If I go to this Splunk, it will be the different. The interface will be the different, but the operations will be the same. So we will be working on this one as well. Okay, this is most commonly used SIM tool. As you can see, the activities are available here. all the activities will be available same like that in our IBM QRadar how it is available. So it has a different interface, but each of the simple works in the same scenario. All right. So let's continue with the next one. So let's talk about we already discussed about retention and all these common terms will be used under this QRadar. So retention is nothing but storing the data. Dashboard is nothing but where you will find out whatever the log activities you have. For example, I have the dashboard over here. So this is the firewall dashboard. Okay. So here you will find all the information like what are the IPs are there, what are the log connection, block connection, all this information you can find out. So that's what we call the dashboard. As you can see, what are the top countries are there which is blocked by our firewall. All those informations are there. What are the block traffics are there on our destination ports? What are the ports is being used? So basically, this is what we call dashboard. Then correlation is nothing but aggregating all the logs into the single one. So if you see here, we have all the blocked connections. How do we find out this is the block connection? With the help of correlations rule, whatever the correlations you have implemented. These are the suspicious activity. These are the malicious activity which is detected by our firewall and it is blocking that. So basically this is what we call correlation. We will discuss in detail about this in upcoming sessions. Alerting will notify you through the SMS, email, or we can say uh, sim tool. Okay, on that also you will be getting the alerts. That means there is some suspicious activities there, you need to investigate on that. Data aggregation is nothing but grouping all the relevant events. Whatever the relevant events you have, it will be grouping. Now the compliance are nothing but rules and regulations, policies. What kind of companies are there? Based on those companies, what kind of compliance they need to follow, what kind of rules and regulations they need to follow. Basically, the policies. All the informations are available here. Now, let's talk about different level of SOC teams. Okay, there will be totally three levels will be there under the SOC team. So first is the associate. Okay, first level is associate, 0 to 3 years of experience can work on that one. So basically, we call it as a L1 security analyst or L1 entry level. Okay, so this is for that. Then you have like 3 or 6 years of experience or 4 years of experience. You can apply for L2. L2 or senior analyst, shift leader you can say, or SOC L2 you can say, okay, or incident responder you can say. So these are the responsibilities will be there. So we will discuss this in detail also. Now L3 is like a top level, okay, advanced level threat hunter we can say, senior analyst also you can say, or L3 you can say, SOC L3 you can say. So these what we call the rules we can apply for. So for L1, 0 to 3. For L2, if you have 3 years of experience you can apply. Even though if you have 2 years of experience not there, they are accepting this also. And L3 is at least you need to have 6 to 7 years of experience on this one. It's like a highest level. You have other levels also like SOC manager, SOC architecture, security architecture. So basically, those are the people on advanced level, expert level. Okay, they are at the post of managerial. Okay, they will be managing all those things. So let's discuss about roles and responsibilities of each of them. So for the security L1, they are responsible for uh, investigating 24/7. They will be keeping an eye on the same tool for any analysis. Okay, so if any alert is triggered, they will follow the playbook how to proceed with each of the alert, what kind of precautions, what kind of steps and strategies they need to do. So basically, they will be working on that. So they will be monitoring the simple dashboard for any security alert. identifying and prioritizing the potential security incidents, and also they are responsible for basic log analysis, like any login failures alert, malware alerts you receive. Then they will be escalating the confirmations. They confirm that this threat to the L2 people whenever any alert happen. Okay, so let's take an example. You receive one alert from the L2, L1. So for the login failure, okay, there is some brute force attack happen and the alert was generated. So L1 will detect that and notify the L2 team. Now L2 will validate that whether this is the login failure or not. After validating this, okay, this is for the login failure. Now he will raise the ticket. Basically, he will investigate that what is the reason, who was responsible, whether this source IP is initiating this login failure to this particular destination IP. Okay, deep analysis the L2 will be doing, and they will respond to the L2. Sorry, L3. Now the L3 will receive that alert and he will investigate. Okay, these are the IPs are involved, and he will update the correlations rule, like blocking the IP from our organization, so that in future that IP won't be able to interact with our organization. So that's how the communications can be done for L1, L2, and L3. So L1 is the basic level. Whenever any alert is initiated under the SIM tool, he will investigate that and notify through the raising the ticket to L2. L2 will validate that after checking, okay, this are the informations available, these persons are involved, like source IP is the attacker IP and destination IP is a victim IP. After investigations, they will forward that to the L3. L3 will take certain response, like which IP to block, which asset to be protected. All those information will be forwarded by the different teams, and he will be collecting that information and taking certain actions. So L1 is basically following with the alerts. Whatever the alerts is generated, it will forward to the L2. Now L2 will do the deep analysis. As I told you, L1 received the alert. Okay, from L1 we receive the alert. Now L2 is validating that alert, checking who is responsible for that attack, which device is responsible for getting this attack. Okay, then it will do the deep analysis whenever any alert is been escalated by L1, and it will assist in the incident management, what kind of remediations they need to take. Okay, it also assists the L1 like a mentor. Whenever any alert is generated, how he should be analyzing that alert, what kind of things they need to look for, whether it is a true positive or false positive. True positive is nothing but genuinely the attack happened. False positive means you receive an alert, you validate that alert, you find out that there is nothing went wrong. It's a false alarm basically. With the help of that, the ticket can be raised to the upper team. So after validating that, you will be getting updated. Now maintaining and improving the SOPs, and what are the process are there, how do it need to be followed. All those things will be done with the help of L2 only. So L2 will be like a mentor for the L1, and any troubleshooting can be done with the SIM tool. Any basic troubleshoot if you need to do, L2 will be responsible for that. Let's say some user is not able to log into the SIM tool, so he will be assisting, oh, what went wrong, why he's not able to log in, all those things. Now L3 is there. So this is like a advanced level. So whenever any new SIM tool you want to implement, so he will be responsible for installing, updating, and upgrading your SIM tool. And onboarding the logs from various resources. The logs can be onboarded by this guy. Okay, L3 people is responsible for uploading the logs from various resources and working on any log source issues you have. He will be responsible for that, and creating and fine tuning the contents in the same tool, like correlations rule, dashboards, reports, list. All those things will be done by this guy. And as a SOC L1, you just need to log in. You will get the read only access, and whenever any alert is generated, update to your L2 team. So correlations rules are nothing but these are the attack patterns basically. For the brute force attack, for ransomware attack, for all of them, for all of these, you have certain rule. With the help of that rule, you will be generating alert. So that's how the SIM tool will identify if there is any malicious activities going on or not. Okay, correlation rules we call it as, or a custom rule we call it as. If you see here, sorry, if you see here under the offenses, we have some rules. Okay, let's load. So these are the suspicious activity. Okay, how this SIM tool is able to identify this particular log is suspicious with the help of this rule which we implemented. Okay, some of the default rules will be there whenever you install your QRadar or any SIM tool. These are some of the default rules are there. Okay, which is generated by the system. And these are the attack patterns basically. Whatever the attack patterns are here, if this kind of activity if it is coming, it will notify you as alert. So it will analyze any log from here. Whenever you receive any logs, it will analyze and check these rules if it is matching with this log activity or not. If it is matching, it will generate you the alert. Basically that's what we call correlation alerts. And it also responsible for interacting with the vendors like IBM, QRadar, Splunk, whatever the same tool you are using. If there is any support issues are there, or any uh, uh, what we can say subscription, if you want to upgrade or retake the subscriptions. Okay, if subscription is expired, all those things will be managed by this guy. And installing and implementing any new content under the same tool. If any new attack is happen, what kind of rule should be implemented to avoid this for our organization, he will be responsible for that. And he is a mentor like for L1 L2 guys. And whenever any incident response life cycles is there, so under that multiple teams will be involved, from the SOC team, ethical hacking team, all those teams. So he will be the senior from our side representing our team. And whenever any new solutions are there for the SOC, and this guy will be implementing that, creating playbooks for each of the alert. Whenever any alert happen, from the playbook you can find out what kind of steps need to be taken. And for the shift, like we as the SOC analyst, we need to work for 24/7. So there will be multiple team, morning team, evening team, night shift team. So which team should be assigned for what uh, sessions, what kind of roster. So these people, this guy will be responsible for. Let's say I'm having a morning shift. Okay. So on the next week, which shift I should be assigned, and this guy will be notifying us. So basically, these are the roles and responsibilities as a SOC analyst. So we will be discussing this in detail in upcoming sessions. So for now, we will stop the sessions. If you have any doubt regarding this, please go ahead and let me know. Any questions, queries about this session, feel free to ask me. Anyhow, I will upload this video so that you can access and rewatch it. Regarding sessions or anything you have questions, please feel free to ask me.
Yeah, I have a quick question here.
Yeah.
So when I was working in my previous company, I worked as a vulnerability management analyst,
Mm-hmm.
and I analyze vulnerabilities that we have in our environment.
Okay.
Now, comparing that to the Splunk environment, Splunk was what my company used to use for uh, checking those threats that we have in our environment.
Mm.
And I had a chance um, to be trained in it before I left the company, or I got my contract came to an end, so I didn't get to use the software. Now, the vulnerability platform compared to the Splunk or CML CI SIMS
Yeah.
platform. What's the difference?
So vulnerability basically works on what kind of loopholes you have. SIM tool basically it will help you not to only identify the vulnerabilities whenever
Mhm.
any attack happen. Okay. So how do you get the
Okay.
idea from where it is happening? Who's responsible for that attack? What kind of
Mhm.
attack is happening? Under the Splunk or SIM tool, what you call. So here you will get all the information available.
Okay. So when you spoke about the tier one, tier two, tier three,
Yeah.
tier one is basically monitoring, and if any alert comes in, he sends it to tier two. Tier two evaluate and know where it is coming from and the issue, if it's a false or if it's a false attack, or if it is a false alarm rather,
Yeah.
or if it is not anything serious. Then at the end of the day, does the tier two report that to tier three? Um,
Yes.
okay.
So even though if the attack is not successful, let's say I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to attack your email account or any what we can say Facebook account. So what
Mm-hmm.
you will do? Will you allow me to keep on trying, or you take
No.
certain precaution, right?
Yeah.
So basically, even though if it's a false alarm, but the attacker is still trying to do the attack, you will
Mm-hmm.
take certain precautions like blocking that IP, so that IP will not be able to communicate with our network again.
Okay.
So
Now
L1
my
first identify this to the L2. L2 will do the deep analysis from where it is coming, who's responsible for that. Then L3 will take certain precautions like blocking or revoking the access, all those things.
mm, so from your explanation, it made it look easy. One thing I noticed about the job market now is it's tough. The job market is very tough nowadays. The interview processes are getting tougher. Um, I have gotten the chance to the SOC positions, and the interviews can come out to be like practicals. And so sometimes you see a job, they say SOC analyst slash penetration tester. Do the SOC analyst also work as a penetration tester too? Um,
No, penetration
okay,
testing is the different one. Okay, so there, as I told you, there will be multiple departments. So either they can
mm,
work. So basically, that organization is required to work as a SOC as well as a penetration tester.
okay,
So multiple roles he need to do. So both of the knowledge he needs to have. Basically, he
okay.
is for that. And coming back to your interviews, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
We will provide you. We will train you how to do the interview, what kind of questions they might asking. So I usually conduct lot of interviews, so I know what kind of questions uh, they will be asking and how you need to give the answers. We have the introduction part. We have the question and answers. We also build the resumes for you guys how to apply all those things. We also train you under that, so that part will be done after the course ended. So we have that sessions also. We will be taking some mock interviews for you as well. Don't worry, we have all those situations for
Okay.
each of that.
All right. Thank you.
Right. So Abhishek or Abdullah, you have any doubt, brothers, feel free to ask me. Under the cyber security, this is a very easiest role compared to the others. And the market is very huge in demand because there are three shifts and we are not just protecting the IT infrastructure. Let's say if you work for hospitals, hospitals also have the personal information. Whenever any transaction is done, they will be doing online. So to protect that assets, we require SOC team as well. There will be a multiple teams in the various departments for the SOC as well, not only in the IT field. So this cybersecurity is totally dependent on the internet. So as long as the internet is going on, the cyber attacks also keep on increasing. And to protect that cyber attacks, we have the SOC team. Lots of opportunities are there. Don't worry, you will get the job easily. If you have the skill set, if you know how to uh, apply all those things, you will be definitely getting the job. All right. So please update your consultant about the today's session. If you have any doubt, you can feel free to ask to your consultant, and let's continue on the next session then. Okay. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you the next session. Bye bye.